I don't want to go on a rant here. What the hell does rant mean?
Episode 25. It's crazy. I didn't think we'd make it to 5, let alone 25.
We've been consistent with it too. It's kind of surprising.
It's just you gotta stick with it. Getting started is the hardest part. It's like going to the gym, except I feel like once you start going to the gym, you actually enjoy it. I'm always like, I hate starting these off. Once you get into it, it's fine, but having to be like, oh, it's time to do this. I got to get out of bed.
Yeah, but for 30 years, my mom always told me I had a lot of quit in me. I haven't quit on this yet. I can't quit you.
Yeah, you put in money in this. You bought the microphones. And
That's true.
You have literally no excuse. You're always home.
That's also true.
You have no excuse. If I wanted to there's been some days where I'm just like, I just want to like not do anything today. But I have Sundays off, so I just recently had nothing to do. So we got a few taste tests coming up. A couple of things from Randy, and then we had the NFL draft happen this past fucking entire week from like Thursday to Sunday or Thursday to Saturday.
Remember when it used to be like only 2 days? I kind of miss that. It's too much.
I don't think you need one round by itself. I feel like the first 2 rounds, and then you could just do the rest of the draft. I don't think you really
remember.
Need
it used to be that way. It used to be first and second round on like Thursday, and then the rest was or Friday or something like that. But it used to go to like 2 a.m. because they took too fucking long.
They just want more money. You get an extra night's worth of fucking advertising and stuff like that. So we'll get into that. First, let's just get over. I don't even care about this stuff anymore. The unusual death follow-up. It's all for the listeners. I don't care anymore. I just want to move on.
Oh, you're over it?
I mean, the unusual death is fine, but I never remember who it is, and then I never care.
It was Alberto Fargo of Portugal in 1998. He fell out of a 5-story window.
Was it Adalberto Mondesi?
You
fucking
wish.
moron might as well be dead.
He gets injured so often on the Royals.
Useless moron.
Is that like Bear Grylls Survivor Idiot?
What? Adalberto Mondesi, fucking Royals idiot?
Yeah. Useless moron.
He is a useless moron. You're not very useful. You can't fucking play.
That's true. This time it was a torn ACL. But for this Mr. Fargo, who passed away in 1998, I'm very skeptical that this actually really happened, because the only article you could find on it came from the book that was linked to his unusual death, which was called The Mammoth Book of Weird News. So I'm very skeptical that it actually happened. But in the course of trying to find something like that happened, I did find that an individual in Barcelona, Spain, named Rogelio Pena, died in a fall similar to the supposed death of Alberto Fargo, except this was not a 5th-story window that Mr. Pena fell out of. It was from his 3rd-floor dance studio window. He was demonstrating a paso doble maneuver to a student. Francesca Oliveira didn't even notice the open window, front over backwards, broke his neck and died.
Idiot. I don't know how you fall out of a window like that.
So skeptical that Alberto Fargo really passed away that way, but did find a guy in Spain that did it. Granted, Alberto Fargo was the tango. This guy was a paso doble. But how do you not notice an open window? Like, I know you could be really into the dance. But
I highly doubt they made up the first story.
You think there'd be a news article about it, though?
What year was it?
1998.
I mean, it's not really that newsworthy.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be something, like his family or
it's in a
obituary.
Book. So if it's in a book,
it was the book of the Mammoth Book of Weird News. Half that shit could be made up. So that was the unusual death.
Yeah, I'm losing interest in them. They're not as good. Like now we're not even sure if it's real.
I'm calling skepticism on that one.
Did you find even anything about the guy? Is it a real fucking person?
I found nothing on him. That's why I'm skeptical.
Bobby, are you counting the fucks? Because that's like 2 or 3. Bobby's our fuck counter.
Oh, we got a fuck counter.
He texted me. He said, I think it was like over 50, just like in half the episode. So this is not a safe for work podcast. So if you're listening to it at work, put headphones on, please. Randy, if you're listening to it while you're on the farm, I don't know if Randy. I don't know if I never actually asked if Randy watched or if he listened. We finally bumped up over 10 listeners again. And I'm pretty sure Anchor shows streams from all platforms. There's no way that we have 13 people streaming from Anchor. Nobody listens through Anchor.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
Yeah, so we had 13 plays, which is up because fucking episode 23. My God, awful. No one listened. That's our
But we're
worst.
still getting
worst
the 5
episode
dozen
to date.
views on YouTube most of the time.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything because once you click the video, that counts as a view.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, you have to watch it for at least like 90 seconds or 2 minutes or something like that.
You realize we have an hour and a half podcast, right? It doesn't mean
but I'm
you're
just
listening
saying,
to it.
People, we get comments.
Nobody's clicking
Like
on a
comments.
video and then going, nah, and clicking off of it before it even starts. So
Some people could.
nobody's doing that. So our views, it's like they're probably watching 5 minutes of it and then going, that's enough. But at least if you're going to Google Podcast or Apple Podcast, you're at least putting in the effort to listen to it. So we got 13 last week, so that's good. Hopefully we continue to trend over. As long as we get in double digits, I'm happy. I don't really care. I never started this to fucking, blow up. This is not even like in the realm of thinking. It's just something to do. So did you bring your popcorn?
I did. Did you?
No, because you're dumbass. They weren't in aisle G14.
Well, that's what it
didn't
said on their
exist.
website. Not my fault.
Fucking guy wants to do it early last week, so I couldn't go out and get the popcorn. I tried to get the popcorn this week. It doesn't exist.
It does exist though. They must have changed their aisles and they never updated their
They
website.
must have changed their aisles. I was in the popcorn aisle and it was not there. So
This wasn't in the popcorn aisle where I got it.
Yeah, no. G14 was the popcorn aisle. It's the aisle you told me to go to. Did not exist.
It's
Was
the
not
aisle
there.
that Said that they owned it on or had it on.
Yeah, well, I trusted you, and I don't have the popcorn, so it's all you.
So you didn't check the website too?
What do you mean check the website?
You can check the website to see if they still have it for availability, to see that we're still in stock.
I don't need to check the website. I'm literally in the aisle the website says it's on. They don't have it.
Which means it wasn't in stock then.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what you're arguing. They didn't fucking have it.
Or it could have been somewhere else. Like, I did not get mine on the popcorn aisle.
Yeah, I don't care. Did you go to Walmart?
No, I did not go to Walmart.
Then I don't really give a shit what aisle you found it in. It's supposed
They
to be.
might not have had it on the popcorn aisle for all I know.
No, it's not. It's not going to say on the website it's in an aisle, and then it's not going to be in that aisle. They don't have it, so it wasn't.
Well,
in
a
the
lot
aisle.
of times they don't update their websites when they change and move things, or if they no longer carry something, they don't update the website.
But that aisle had all of that general shit, so that's where it was supposed to be. They didn't have it, and at this point, I don't even want to try it. I don't care. I went all the way to Milford for this, and I didn't have it. But I had to wait a week to try this because you insisted on doing the podcast early last week. So I found this after the podcast, and I've been sitting on this for a week, and I know this is going to be fucking good.
Why do you know it's going to be good? Now I hope it's ass.
Are you like stupid, or it's a Milky Way and you added fudge to it? This is not some foreign candy with like, I wonder what this tastes like. This is like a Milky Way, and then I get fudge on top of that. It's like a caramel brownie.
It could be very dense.
You're fucking dense. This is fucking delicious. Because the Snickers brownie is really good, and this just has no peanuts. So this is, I guarantee you, milk chocolate, creamy caramel, and fudge nougat.
You're a fudge
Awesome.
nougat.
Save one for later. It comes with two, so it's a king size. So you can save one for later. It says save one for later. Twist to close. Interesting. So
You're gonna have to try that to see if it actually works.
but I don't understand what I'm gonna open it here, pull one out, and then just twist it.
I guess so.
This is what it shows. Twist to close. But,
I'm really curious how that's gonna work. If that's gonna work.
I mean, I never save one of the 2 bars for later. It's always eaten eventually, like very soon after the first one.
But you're gonna have to see if it actually does
These are
twist.
Well, I mean, this is what they mean.
Oh, that's stupid.
Just, of course, it
doesn't really-
twists. It's raw regular. So that's a pretty good size for one. Did you want to like get the popcorn or?
I want to see you have yours first.
I mean, there's just. Do we really have nothing to talk about that we're breaking up our food
Oh,
reviews?
I have the popcorn right here. I mean,
As I wasn't convinced you actually had it.
oh, I do.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch created a popcorn. I'm guessing that's just going to taste like kettle corn with cinnamon on it.
That's gonna be my guess too. I mean, the bag is nice and fancy.
It's like the cereal box.
I did already open it because it took me 5 minutes to get it open because it's very thick, so it was very hard to pull open. What do we got here? It looks exactly like caramel corn with cinnamon on it. 100%. It's caramel corn with cinnamon on it.
This is it's a very faint hint of brownie. I was hoping for more brownie flavor, but you get a little bit of it.
I'm definitely going to have to move those.
You can't go wrong adding brownie to anything, but I don't think they added enough. It's definitely noticeable it's not a regular Milky Way.
Is it heavier?
A little bit, but you notice the brownie more in the Snickers. This is good, though.
Yeah, I mean...
you can see the brownie at the bottom.
Oh, you can.
For some reason, you don't taste it. It's a large portion of brownie, but it doesn't give that brownie taste.
Does the caramel overpower it?
No,
Or is it just not enough brownie?
It just tastes like a Milky Way with a faint hint of brownie. Like if I didn't look at this, I would think the caramel layer was the brownie because there's just a little hint of it, but it's good. I think I would take the Snickers brownie, except they come in packs of 2 and they're like little squares. So this, at least you get like a full bar.
And definitely with the cinnamon toast crunch popcorn, I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. It's good. I mean, it's caramel popcorn with cinnamon on it. You can buy caramel popcorn and put cinnamon on it.
I wonder how long these have been out. I've never seen these until last week.
I've never seen those.
Oh, he's dying. He's dying.
I have like 4 pieces of popcorn, and of course I'm choking on one.
I'm surprised that popcorn's not more available. It's not some off-brand popcorn. It's fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I wonder if it's new, because I'd never seen it before until that day I saw it when I snapped it to you. So I don't know if it's been out for a while, if it's brand new.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch popcorn release, July of 2021.
Some new-ish. I mean, it's been out for almost a year. Do you think it'd be more readily available?
Milky Way Fudge release. That was April 23rd, so that's really new.
Wow, that was like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, so maybe it just hit stores when I got there. So that was interesting.
Did you find it at Walmart or at the gas station?
No, I was at the gas station. But I was at Walmart today. I'm trying to make a video with a friend at work. We're really into energy drinks. We get like the Rain energy drinks, which I had never heard of. Did we talk about this last week?
No.
It's this new like energy drink. It's called Rain, and it's like the best energy drink I've ever had because it doesn't taste like that bullshit aftertaste of normal energy drinks where it's like this is disgusting, but it's got 300 milligrams of caffeine in it. So
you
like
have a heart attack.
No, we usually split it, but like we split it once, and I chugged the 150, and I was like, I felt like I was gonna die at work. I was like, I have to sip this, but it's like really, it tastes good. So and there's also Bang. So I bought 16 Bangs today. I went to Walmart and Target and I got 16 Bangs, and he got a couple more. We're trying to get every flavor to taste test.
Is there a lot of sugar in that too?
I think in Rain there's no sugar. It's just all caffeine. The Bang, I think it's the same thing, but the Bang didn't taste as good as Rain. But I've heard of Bang. I'd never heard of Rain. Rain is really good. If you need an energy drink to like just get you through one day or once in a while, it's where I would get it. I would try Rain.
Why not have coffee?
I don't like coffee. I don't like hot. I want a cold drink.
You can get an iced coffee.
Yeah, that's true. But that's a whole rabbit hole that I don't think I'd like coffee. But then that's a whole rabbit hole of going down of now I have to get coffee every day.
That's true.
Spend more money that I'm just like I have no interest in trying it. So let me see the Rain flavors.
Is the next thing that we're gonna have to try the cornbread donut from Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, I forgot about that until I saw that Dick Fuck S. Johnson eat it. I saw
What did S. Johnson think of it?
Just enough of his video to see that he liked it, and then I clicked off of it. That guy's a fucking moron. He's a damn near smart person. Where are your products? So they got rainbow sherbet, lilikoi lychee, white gummy bear, melon.
White gummy bear sounds disgusting.
It's actually not terrible, but a lot of these drinks are very sweet. Mango was actually not as good as I was hoping. I was kind of disappointed. Sour apple, a berry flavor. They have an orange creamsicle one, which wasn't my favorite, but it was tolerable. I think the cherry limeade might have been my favorite. And there's strawberry, there's a peach fizz, there's a lemon one, And then there's a few like they're same drink, but like they're Inferno brand. One they have a jalapeno strawberry, which I cannot find anywhere. These are harder to find than
That
you
could
would
be
think.
really good.
I don't like jalapeno, but I would try. I like, and one of these bangs that I bought was fucking like coffee flavored, and I was like, it's awful. Bang also has a chocolate one, and it's just so off putting to see a clear drink taste like chocolate, and I hated it. It was disgusting. And then watermelon, and then there's one called Red Dragon, which comes with a picture of Bobby Fish on the cover.
Did it get injured?
Basically, fruit punch. Yeah, the cans are always dented. But these are harder to find. Like I couldn't find any of these in the in Milky Way. Jesus Christ, I just had a stroke. I think I couldn't find any of these in Target or Walmart. They're only at the gas station, and they only have the same few flavors. But that's a next project that might be. I think I'm gonna just upload that on the Lorenzo Bros channel. It'll be like us just dying of fucking caffeine overdose. We'd have to do that very gently. Take one sip of each.
Just do them all in a row. You're twitching on the ground.
But I literally spent $35 on fucking energy drinks today.
Well, it's actually funny you say that because Kate and I have these. They're like little shots. They're like immunity boost shots that are like cayenne pepper flavored or turmeric flavored.
Ugh.
She went to Trader Joe's because they're cheaper at Trader Joe's than the grocery store or anywhere.
I'm shocked. I thought
else.
Trader Joe's would be more expensive.
She spent, I think she said she got 48 of them. So she got like 3 weeks worth. It was like $98.
Jesus Christ.
So you're spending $35 on energy drinks. We're spending $100 on little immune shots.
I wonder if those work. I don't trust any of that stuff.
Well, I mean, it gives you like 400% of your daily intake of, vitamin B, vitamin D, all that shit.
It sounds like an overdose.
Yeah, basically.
I don't understand why people market that. You need X percentage of this. Here's 50 times that of what you need per day. Well, why would I take that? Seems like overkill.
Don't have a banana, you'll die.
Like, I don't need 300 milligrams of caffeine, so that's why we split it. But if I ever needed one, like, it's nice to have. Like, if I'm really tired. But I don't ever fucking chug those. My tolerance was not high enough. I was fucking wired.
It's like those psychopaths that were like, that would have pre-workout before they go to the gym, but instead of mixing it in water, they're just having scoops of pre-workout, which is so not good for you. And then they're like on fucking.
And I think these ones are. These are obviously not healthy, but I feel like they're healthier than like Monster and all those like garbage ones where it's just lots of sugar and shit. This one is just like a lot of caffeine, but no sugars. So I should probably stop drinking them as often, but I usually just go with half. So that'll be a fun video.
Do you have it at the beginning of the day, middle of the day? Like
we try to do it around like, and what's good about it is it fills you up. So like I'll try to like I figured out what I'm doing. Like I'll eat in the morning and then like drink half of one at like noon. Then I can get to like 3:00 for lunch because it's very filling. I don't know what's in it. I think they're like workout drinks too.
It's the caffeine.
Yeah, but that makes you full. Like, yeah, 10 calories, 0 sugar, and a fat incinerator. So I can tell you the fat incinerator hasn't worked. I'm still fucking ginormous, so that doesn't work. That's a bullshit claim. But the Red Dragon says it has 10 calories, 0 sugar. Let me see one of the like other ones, like the normal flavor. And do you want to take forever to load? Thank you.
It is all the caffeine that's making you not as hungry.
Who knew that? I should just fucking have just started drinking coffee instead of eating. Yeah, 0 sugar. That's
pretty good then. I was expecting it to have like 400 milligrams of sugar.
Yeah, I know. That's sort of like I was like, all right, I'll get in on this every day if there's no sugar.
You said only 10 calories too?
For the one I was reading, which was the Red Dragon. But the rest of them don't show. I don't think I have a can on me to actually read it. But 0 sugars. Yeah, the sour apple says it's only 10 calories. So I guess most of them are probably only around 10 calories.
Which means you're only drinking like 5.
So maybe
we're getting 150 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah. So maybe since I think they're relatively new, I've never heard of them until recently. So maybe if they want to sponsor the show, I'll fucking chug a Rant energy drink and just do the whole show fucking wired. If that's what it takes to get some money. Yeah, their Instagram, the first line says 0 sugar in all caps. And it's natural caffeine, which doesn't make it like healthy, but it's like I guess it's better than artificial caffeine.
So in a normal cup of coffee, not one that has like espresso or extra shots or anything like that, a
Is it
normal
like
cup of coffee
90?
is like 95, 100, depending on, and that's like 8 ounces. So if you're getting like a large, which is like 20, you're getting around, 225 milligrams of caffeine.
And like it's 300 milligrams of caffeine. Logically, you split it in half, you get 150 each, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I saw a TikTok or some video where it was like it's 300 milligrams of caffeine just because you split it, you're still getting the full 300. I'm like remembering something that I think I saw, and I can't remember if it was a dream or if I just made this up, or for something we talked about. But I'm pretty sure that makes no logical sense, right?
It can't, because
That's what I'm
if you
saying.
drink the entire can, this
You get
can has
300.
300 milligrams. If you only drink half of it, you're only drinking 150 milligrams. If you
I
pour the other half out and don't drink it, it's only 150 milligrams.
I'm like, I have like a half memory of something that I saw once, and I'm like, that makes no logical sense. I'm only getting.
It's the same thing. Like
150.
if you have that Milky Way bar, let's say the serving size was one bar is 200 calories. You eat one of the bars, you throw the other one away. You're only getting the 200 calories. You're not getting the full 400 or whatever.
Yeah,
You know what
I have
mean?
like it's some fucking weird memory of some video I saw somewhere, and I was like,
well,
no,
whoever that is, they're a fucking
the
moron.
only logical thing is like I'm getting 150 because I only drank half of it,
And only
So
5
that's-
calories because you're only
which
drinking
is
half of it.
pretty good. So I should just start drinking those and see how long. But I'll do the like supersize me diet where he just ate McDonald's. I'll just drink Rain and Bang energy drinks and see how long I live. Episode 26 might be the end.
Yeah, but if you're only drinking one of those, let me ask you this: like when I have a cup of a coffee and I'm drinking like a 20-ounce coffee, which is like 300 milligrams, it takes me like 45 minutes or an hour to drink it.
Depends on how I drink it. He'll like chug it. He'll drink the whole thing.
Oh, he's gonna die.
He's younger than I am though.
Oh, he's gonna live a little bit longer.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll like sip it throughout the rest of the like for the next hour or so. That one time I chugged it, I was like never doing that again. So
because that just
I
hits you.
try to
like
slow
that.
it down. Yeah. But there's definitely no way I wait longer than an hour. So usually within an hour, I'll have drank half of the energy drink.
How big is the can? Like how many ounces?
I think it's a regular, normal can.
Like just I wasn't sure if it was like those little 5-hour energies that.
No, it's like a regular can of. I think it's bigger than a can of soda. Let me see.
So it's probably like 16 ounces.
Why can't I fucking? Oh, it gives you electrolytes too. Oh, it's from they're from the makers of Monster. I didn't realize that.
You're shitting on Monster, and they're the
Yeah, but
ones
Monster's
giving
actual garbage. Like I've had a Monster, it tastes like absolute ass.
It tastes like freaking lighter fluid. Not that I know
it's
what lighter
fucking
fluid
gross.
tastes like, but I think that would taste like that.
Even the Mountain Dew like energy drinks, like those were fucking bad. Like they're not good. Let me see because I bought a case of 12 on Amazon. I'm trying to see what they are. You think you would just have the listing of what it is? This is really going to be a struggle. It's like there's no fucking pictures of the fluid ounces.
That's stupid.
You just talk amongst yourselves.
It has to be like 16 ounces.
It seems like a regular can. I'm just trying to get 16 fluid ounces. Yeah. So there you go. It's a regular can of. A pack of 12 on Amazon was only about $19.
That's not bad.
Yeah, they're at the gas station. Most places have them 2 for $5. Some of them have them $2.08 or whatever. Most of the bangs I got were like $2 each, $2.08 around there. So $35 on fucking energy drinks.
Well, it's better than when you tried to get when you looked at getting that popcorn on Amazon. It was like $27 for a bag. Like,
Well, you can I try to get a variety pack of Rain. It's like $50 for like 6 cans. I don't understand how these people fucking do this. So I'm probably never gonna find half of those flavors. But I have a fucking like we have our Rant Google Doc. I have our fucking energy drink spreadsheet. So we got 16 of the flavors. These are the ones we've gotten so far. Bangster Berry, Black Cherry Vanilla, Blue Raz, Cherry Blade Lemonade, Cotton Candy, Crisp Candy Apple, Key Lime Pie, Lemon Drop, which I accidentally bought twice because 2 different cans. I didn't realize. Mocha Madness, which I'm going to fucking absolutely hate. Peach Mango, Pina Colada, Purple Guava Pear, Purple Haze, Radical Skedaddle, which is new as of June 2020, Rainbow Unicorn, Sour Heads, and Star Blast. I also have in the fridge at work, there's a pink Starburst energy drink. So I think this is just becoming an energy drink review channel from now on.
Are you going to rank them as you have them?
I think
Or
that's
rate them?
I think that would be the most fun thing to do because we've had a lot of these before, or some of them, and we just like can't remember like which one we like better. So we'll try to like do one video, but it's getting expensive.
Eventually, you'll work your way to where it's like a blind taste test. You're going to taste them and know exactly which
I'll
one
just
it
know
is.
my taste buds are gonna get like singed off. And there's a few more, like there's one called Swirly Pop that's like a 7-Eleven exclusive. So I have to like go hunt these fucking things down. It's like when we used to go wrestling figure hunting. It's like fucking there's blue and yellow limoncello announced in December, possibly a Walmart exclusive, but I didn't see it. There's also a
Blue
champagne
and
flavor,
yellow limoncello. I just like
Del-
that name.
delicious strawberry kiss, frozen rosé, nectarine blueberry, the Vitamin Shop exclusive. Like I gotta fucking go to a vitamin shop to get this fucking drink. You kidding me? Where the fuck even are those? At the mall?
I don't even know if there are vitamin shops in most malls. They're like usually separate from a mall.
God, I don't want to fucking do that. All right,
That's hilarious.
So that's the energy drink story. But we got a good set. I don't know how many we should do at once. I feel like we're not gonna have multiple times where we hang out and do this, but drinking all of those energy drinks, you gotta limit yourself to like one sip.
Yeah, if you're taking like 4 or 5 ounces from each of those, you're gonna probably
I
be
feel
in
like
a hospital.
we need shot glasses. Like how much? I wonder what it breaks down to. If it's 16 fluid ounces and it's 300 milligrams of caffeine, how much is in one shot? I don't know how to do that math. Hopefully,
You're getting about 18, almost 19 milligrams per ounce. So if you're having like a 2 ounce, 2.5 ounce shot, you're looking at about 46 milligrams of caffeine. So roughly half a cup of coffee
per shot.
Yeah.
Is it really that much?
Yeah.
20. It's 40 per or 20.
It's about 19 milligrams per ounce.
And so if a regular shot, so it would be about round up to like 50 milligrams of caffeine per shot.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, but the whole can is 300 and one little shot is 50. Seems like a lot.
Well, think about a shot's like 2.5 ounces. So 300 milligrams over 16 ounces is 18.75. If you're doing a 2.5 ounce shot, you're looking at 46.87. Almost 50.
It's going to have to be like one sip.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It really will, because that will add up quick.
Because, oh, God, that's going to be brutal. All right, moving on. I got some questions from Randall Osga.
Which, thank you for that tweet today,
Even
Randy.
though his name is not Randall. I'm pretty sure he was born Randy. So we have, what do you want first? I have 2 brackets for you. Best 2000s internet thing or most useless skill.
Most useless skill, let's go.
The other one sounds better, but we're doing both. But get the shitty one out of the way. Ready? Most useless skill. You can keep track of this. The 1 seed, Cursive with a picture of Billy Madison against knowing how to play marbles.
Cursive.
Why is that even on here? I feel like knowing how to play marbles is more useless, but like that's not like an actual like.
I've never. When did you ever play marbles? I've never played marbles.
No, nobody's played marbles.
But cursive is the dumbest fucking thing, especially in today's day and age. Nobody fucking
I can't
writes.
read.
What's the fuck counter at? Because I'm fucking.
I can't. I still can't read cursive. It's like, why? Just write normal, asshole.
Like I still to this day, I can still write in cursive. I still cannot to this day do the letter Q or Z in cursive.
Well, that's why my signature has no Z in it. I just do like an L and then that's it.
The little squiggly lines, right?
I can't do the rest of that fucking name.
My signature is different every time I ever sign anything. If there was ever like a signature analyst looking at mine, they're going to think I'm an imposter because mine's never the same.
If I go too fast and I like fuck up the T's and then sometimes the L is a little looking weird, yeah, mine's always bad.
I basically do like a big C, squiggly lines, an R, and then more squiggly lines.
I feel like marbles is actually more worthless, but that shouldn't even be on the list. It's like you couldn't come up with a 16th skill that like people actually use. Like people write in cursive.
Exactly. Like marbles isn't a skill. It's something you do as a hobby.
That's like saying being good at bowling. That's like a game that you can play. That's like I'm gonna go with cursive because fuck marbles. All right, 8 and 9. Being good at video games, juggling. Being good at video games is not useless.
Juggling.
Juggling.
What are you going to be, a clown? Are you going to be in the circus? Fuck you.
You can make money playing video games. So, yeah, that's out. All
I mean,
right.
you could make money juggling.
No,
Too,
you can't. I mean, on the street, you can make a few bucks. All right. Number 5, hula hooping versus number 12, ventriloquism.
Ooh.
Hula hooping.
Ooh.
100%. There's a picture of Jeff Dunham, who's a fucking like millionaire.
Yeah, but name other people that have made millions doing that.
There are multiple other ventriloquists. They were on America's Got Talent or one of those other guys.
But I feel like hula hooping is similar to the
entertaining.
marbles. It's similar to the marbles.
It's entertaining nobody also. Unless it's like the picture is also an old woman doing it, so that's even worse.
I can't hula hoop.
It's not that hard to do it for at least a few seconds. Just
I don't have
wiggle.
the hip motion.
It's not about the hip motion. Just put it at your fucking stomach and just swirl around, and then it'll get a couple of times. So hula hooping is moving on. I would love to be able to talk without moving my lips. All right, number 4, fencing. Number 13, sculpting and pottery.
Ooh. I mean, fencing is an Olympic sport. Fencing and pottery.
I feel like making stuff and sculpting things is way more useful than fucking fencing.
True, but I mean, fencing is a sport, though.
Yeah, but that's like bottom level sport. Like even I'm not gonna. If there's a fencing tournament on, even I'm not watching it.
I would say fencing, but neither seems really useless to me.
Well, I mean, fencing doesn't really achieve anything. Like you fence. Okay, great. At least if you're sculpting stuff or making pottery, people can buy that.
That's true, but are you fencing on the weekends for fun, or are you trying to be an Olympic athlete?
I don't know if anybody fences for fun.
No, there are people that fence for fun.
All right, go ahead. Who are they?
It's somebody that I think we're both Twitter followers of.
Who?
God, I think her name's like Rebecca. She's a Yankee fan from like 10 years ago.
She's also like a LARPer, so like yeah, but like very.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
I don't think I follow her anymore.
But you know who
a long time ago. Yeah, she's gross. All right, this is a little bit depressing. Number 3 seed, podcasting. Number 14, being good at Wordle.
I'm gonna go 14 seed Wordle. I play Wordle every day. I'm gonna go Wordle.
I podcasting, like, it has nothing to do with your skill. Like, what podcasting? Like, I don't understand why that's on here. There's no skill to podcasting. It's just like, are you famous and you have an audience? Great. Do you know how to speak? Can you use a computer? It's definitely Wordle. Although, because if you're good at Wordle, it just means you know some words. Like, okay, good for you, great. If you're a podcaster, you can. That's more entertaining. Both of these suck, though. They're both kind of useless.
Can I just tell you this though? The other day, I mean, Kate and I play Wordle every day, and her sister does too, and we'll send each other like how many tries it took, all that shit. Kate got the fucking Wordle the other day on the first try.
It's just luck.
It's just like the word that she guessed. I was like, "Fuck you, fuck you."
Yeah, I don't like Wordle because but it's like just it's hard to comprehend, especially when you get more letters. And I'm like, wait, I got to use this here and that here, and then my brain doesn't work that well.
I play it on hard mode to where if you guess a letter, you have to keep it in the word. Like you can't guess the next word without using that letter.
Yeah, I have no interest in that.
It's fucking hard. And since the New York Times took it over, it's like damn near impossible half the time.
Some of the words are like, fuck you. I prefer hurdle or loodle, which are much better, much more entertaining. Although loodle's very hard because you never know what fucking word they're going to consider dirty. But hurdle is great. Although sometimes it's like if you just don't know the song, you're fucked.
You're screwed, yeah.
You could listen to the whole thing and you're like, yeah, never heard of this. And then it could be fucking like ABBA and you're like immediately know it. All right. The 6th seed, being able to give a girl an orgasm. That doesn't seem useless at all.
Nope. Whatever the next one is what wins. That's more useless.
This is great. I missed this. This is from like middle school. Tech decking. Why is this still a thing? Why does anybody remember what that is?
What is that?
The tech deck skateboards for your fingers.
Oh, okay.
Giving a girl an orgasm shouldn't be on the list at all because most people don't have that skill. Yeah, it's tech decking, 100%.
Easily.
All right, I don't even know what this is. You have to look this up. Gleeking versus texting. I'm already going gleeking because texting is I was just talking about this. The guy I'm trying to do the energy drink with and one of our friends at work, they're like the worst texters. And like I text back immediately. And like they take like fucking hours to respond. If you're good at texting, that is a very useful skill. Did you freeze, or are you just having a mini stroke?
Is gleeking spelled Gleeking?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the
It's a picture of a
projection
guy's
of
mouth.
saliva from the submandibular gland.
Why is that a skill?
It may happen deliberately or accidentally, particularly when yawning.
Oh, is it is it just spitting?
If done deliberately, it can be regarded as a form of spitting.
How is that a skill?
Everyone
Knows how to
understand.
spit. Babies know how to spit. That's winning. That moves on. Because texting is a good skill. And number 2, why? What? How is this the number 2 seed? Useful.
What seed was that?
That was gleeking is a 7. And then these 2 useless skills: math number 2 versus spelling 15. How is math not a useful skill? I wish I could do math.
I would say spelling is useless.
Yeah, because you have calculator. I was just trying to think of like what's more helpful. You have spell check, but you also have calculators. But if I could choose one, I'd pick math, 100% math. You can do
but
a lot
if you're
more.
thinking about what's more useless, to me, it's spelling. Because honestly,
Yeah,
with
that's what
math,
I'm saying.
If you're trying to calculate a tip or something like that, sometimes you don't need the calculator. You could just do it yourself.
I can't go to the casino and fucking play blackjack and spell my way into counting cards.
You could. You probably wouldn't be successful at it.
Unless I used each card as like a letter. But that doesn't match up. So I'm going to go with spelling is more useless. So we have cursive versus juggling.
I think juggling wins.
Yeah, because at least cursive is like somewhat useful. Because like, fuck is juggling? Like, I guess if you're using it in like a look what I can do talent show, then cursive would lose. But other than that, I feel like it's nice when somebody has nice handwriting and they write in cursive. Like, that's all right, more useful than, okay, you can throw 3 balls up. Awesome.
Kate has awful handwriting. So if we're making like a grocery list, and I hope she's listening to this, when you make the fucking grocery list, I can't read your writing.
Your handwriting is also not good either. But is hers worse?
Yeah, because when I write the grocery list, I'm actually writing it not in cursive. Like I'm printing it out, trying to make it as neat as possible.
Wait, she writes it in cursive?
Yeah, she just scribbles it so fast. It's like a mixture of like not in cursive and cursive. So it's like
it's like basically Spanish. It's rushed handwriting. That's like what I do.
It's bullshit.
All right, so we're going juggling?
Yes.
All right, so then what did we get? Hula hooping and fencing?
This one's tough. I'm going to go hula hooping more useless.
Yeah, it's hula hooping. At least fencing is like this actual sport. And then we got being good at Wordle against tech decking. Yeah, tech decking.
Wow, this is better than the last one that we did. What was it, last week?
But some of these make no sense. Why is tech decking on here? Like you couldn't have put like fucking like blowing your load across the room. Like that's fucking nobody tech decks anymore. Like those.
Bet you there still are.
I mean, there's probably a tech deck league. But like there's no like big tech deck movement like there was when we were in middle school. Because I fucking had tech decks. I used to take a pen.
Movement.
I used to take the pen and like stick it to your fingers and you do like the jumps and stuff. So we're going tech decking.
Yep.
And then we got gleeking versus spelling.
I'm gonna go gleeking.
Yeah, 100%. So the final 4. Where is it? Juggling
versus hula hooping. 9 seed versus the 5 seed.
If I could pick a skill between those two that I would rather have, I'd much rather be able to juggle.
I agree. So I'm going to say hula hooping is more useless.
Hula hooping is more useless. And then we have tech decking and gleeking.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go gleeking is more useless because
there's no positive to that. Unless you're doing like an apple seed spitting contest or something. Watermelon.
I think gleeking's winning. Gleeking has to beat hula hooping then in the finals.
Yeah, I think gleeking wins. This is a fuck. We love Randy, but fuck Barstool.
Oh, this was Barstool again?
Yeah, but Randy, keep sending these to me, even though Barstool sucks. These are fun to do. So now we have. Do we save this for next week, or do we just do this? Because I've been wanting to do this one because this is awesome. Best 2000s internet things.
I think we save it to next week.
I no, we're doing it because I want to do this. We have nothing else to talk about.
We have the NFL draft.
Yeah, how you want to go into in-depth on our 5th round pick?
Yeah, I do actually.
Fuck yourself. All right, we'll save the bracket maybe for the end of the podcast. So we'll go into the NFL draft right now. But best internet things. They look so it's so hard. It's so hard. It's such a hard list. Just looking at a few of them.
All right, so let's do it right now. Let's just go. You're excited for it.
Nope. All right. All right, fine. Yeah, we'll just...
I really had to twist your arm there.
Well, because there are there are positives to just saving it because it gives us a certain thing to do next week. But like, fuck it. The Yankees had to use Chapman in the game against the Royals. We just got to go with we don't plan about next week. We just get through this week. Best internet things. Ready?
I'm ready.
The 1 seed, the greatest invention ever, maybe AIM versus the 16 seed Copter game, which I don't know what that is.
So this is best, right? Best, not worst.
Best.
It's got to be. Now, did you call it AIM or did you say AIM?
I always said AIM. I never said AIM.
I always said AIM.
Yeah, I was always like people called it like it was Kazaa. People were like, "Yeah, I'm on Kaza," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? It's Kazaa." I always said AIM. So when people were like AIM, I'm like, "What the fuck?" So it's
AIM, right?
It's 100% AIM. Yeah. So the 8 seed, top text, bottom text memes, which feel like they were not in the 2000s.
That doesn't feel like the 2000s to me.
That was definitely after that. Versus the Numa Numa guy. Do you remember that fat guy?
No, it's got to be the Numa Numa guy.
Just by default, because I don't think, like, do you remember Bad Luck Brian meme? That feels like 2010s or maybe late 2000s. Like, look up when or I'll do it. Bad Luck.
Love the Numa Numa guy.
Bad Luck. Yeah, Bad Luck Brian was 2012. This is not 2000s. I'm sorry. So Numa Numa guy wins. Okay. Oh, this is so good. Number 5, soundboards versus the 12 seed.
Remember the Arnold soundboard?
Yes, I still fucking love that. Versus 12, angry video game nerd. I don't know what that is. It's
soundboard.
It's this. I don't know if that
I
was
have no idea who that person is.
I don't know if that was a meme or like a video, but it's soundboards anyway. Okay. Number 4, addictinggames.com.
Oh.
Hope you remember that. Versus Star Wars Kid, which is vaguely remember this guy, but
I do remember that guy, but it's
Addicting Games. So there were no upsets other than the Numa Numa guy. All right. The 3 seed, which could have been a 2 seed, although no, I just saw the 2 seed. This is properly seeded. E-Bombs World.
Oh,
the fucking best before YouTube versus Tayzonday's Chocolate Rain.
Oh my god, this is actually hard. It's going to be E-Bombs World, but
I'm trying to see what year Chocolate Rain came out. That was 2007. Interesting.
It's got to be E-Bombs
World. No, it's 100% E-Bombs World. So much good stuff on you. If you don't know what that is, think of like it was basically YouTube before YouTube. That they just post. That's the only. I think that was the place where we saw Larry the Cable Guy's fucking Dan Whitney set.
So I stabbed him.
Hey, I got recognized today. Yes, woman came up to me in the grocery store and go, "You Dan Whitney?" I go, "Yep." Here, you dropped your wallet. So I stabbed her. Dead silence. Literally not a single laugh. That is one of my favorite jokes ever. Fucking Dan Whitney is Larry the Cable Guy's real name. All right, ready?
Oh my god.
This is a 6 seed, which is shocking. MySpace.
Ooh.
Versus an underrated 11 seed. You remember the zombie jump scare videos?
I do.
You're doing the mazes and shit, and then you get scared. MySpace is probably the best social media site ever. I remember doing that, and like when we first got into college, it was just so much fucking fun.
It's got to be MySpace.
MySpace wins. All right. So then we got Line Rider, which is guessing a game. I don't think I ever played that. Versus a 10 seed. I hope you remember this. Versus Homestar Runner.
I don't remember that.
You don't know Homestar Runner? Oh my god. What about Line Rider?
No, I don't know either of these.
Homestar Runner was fucking hilarious. If you ever look that up, there's like a whole website where that's a good one. So we're gonna go with just me. So I'm gonna say Homestar Runner. Okay, you ready? Wow, underrated 15 seed, but number 2 seed, LimeWire, aka you could use Kazaa, whatever you want on there, but it's the stream, the downloading music.
Napster,
pretty much. And then the 15 seed, Dane Cook, who is making a comeback all over TikTok these days. He's on live with his like 20-something-year-old girlfriend like all the time. It's 100% LimeWire, but Dane Cook, it was massive in the mid 2000s.
What's Facebook not on this?
I feel like Zark Zuckerberg is a little bitch.
I'm surprised Facebook's not on there. Didn't Twitter come out in the 2000s too?
Yeah, but that didn't get really popular until like the late 2000s.
Yeah, true.
Even then, it wasn't. And Facebook kind of sucked at first. Like it was cool, but MySpace had way more shit going
And
on.
Facebook, it was originally called the Facebook, and some schools didn't have it. And then if your school
Yeah.
wasn't on it,
You could also the original like wall was you just go edit somebody's wall, so you can like go edit anybody's shit. It would I don't think even at first it would show up that you edited it. It would just
change it. Yeah.
You could just it would just be changed. So that was interesting. So we're going LimeWire.
Yes.
All right. So we got AIM versus Numa guy. Sorry, buddy. It's AIM.
Yeah.
AIM is just like it's so simple, but there was so much shit you could do on AIM. And then we got soundboards versus addictinggames.com. That's really tough.
I'm gonna go soundboard.
It depends on what mood you're in, but I lean towards the soundboards being more fun. I kind of want to open that on the fucking right now and just do the fucking Arnold. What do we got? E-Bombs World, the 3 seed versus MySpace, the 6 seed.
This is probably the toughest match.
This is really. I had a lot of fun on E-Bombs World in high school, but I don't think
MySpace was just so clutch.
I had much more fun on MySpace, like freshman and sophomore year of college. There used to be a setting where you could like post in a group, and it would show up on your front page as like group notifications or whatever, and you could just say add me, add me, add me. So you just have thousands of people adding you, and you make new friends, and then I would always be like, oh look, I added Pamela Anderson. She's in my top 8. It's got to be her, right? And then like it was just like the false hope that maybe it could really be Pamela Anderson. And of course, obviously it wasn't, but so MySpace?
I'd say MySpace.
All right. And then Homestar Runner versus LimeWire. LimeWire, obviously.
Definitely LimeWire.
Downloaded so much porn on that fucking thing. And the sad thing is back then you'd have to like leave that running like overnight.
Because it would take like 17 hours.
You'd wake up and it still wouldn't be fucking done. Like these kids these days don't know the fucking struggle. It takes 30 seconds to get a song. All right, so 1 seed AIM versus what did we have? Soundboard.
5 seed soundboard.
It's tough, but AIM is just the fucking. I miss those days so much.
And then if like somebody came online, did they have an away message on? Like it was.
You could fucking. I would pimp out my profile with all the fucking Yankees record, fucking Giants, Devils, all that shit.
Yep.
The best. And then we have.
That's how long Kate and I have been together. We used to talk on AIM.
I wonder when we stopped using it because we still used it in college, right?
Yeah, I mean, when Kate and I first started dating in 2009.
Oh, we were still on AIM by then, right?
Yeah, still.
Then we were on Twitter in 2009, and AIM slowly died. But there was nothing like seeing your fucking person like come online, and you're like, fuck yeah. And then we got MySpace and LimeWire. So hard. Because LimeWire, I got all of my music, all of my porn, all of my movies. But MySpace was just fucking so clutch.
I'm going to go MySpace. I think it's an upset.
MySpace was also around for much shorter time, but it sort of like blew up. I think I have to go MySpace. And then it's AIM, the 1 seed, versus MySpace, the 6 seed.
I think AIM takes it.
AIM wins. There's just nothing like it. It's just the best. If I could go back in time, do that, be on AIM, AIM. So AIM, the 1 seed, and fucking the favorite wins this one. So those are pretty good. I actually kind of like if Barstool could do more cool shit like this, that would be great, and less like garbage.
Can they come out with a worse things of the 2000s? That would probably have Facebook on it.
I think you'd be on it.
No, it was the worst thing of the 80s.
High School Raimi. Awful. So Randy also asks, if you could be an owner for any sports team from any league, what would the team be and why?
I'll let you go first.
No, I'm going to let you go first.
No, I'd like you to go first.
Mine is the Milwaukee Bears. I want to be the owner of the Milwaukee Bears. So I can tell Squeak that he's a little bitch. Well, it's obviously. I mean, I'm assuming you're not going to choose like the fucking Dallas Stars. Like you're going to pick a random fucking. I don't know why I chose Dallas. I should like you're going to pick the Carolina Hurricanes. Like it's going to be one of your favorite teams, right?
You'd think,
or unless you're going for one of your like just most money. But if I could be the owner of any team, like the Devils would be cool. But that's hockey. They don't make a lot of money. You don't have a big of a budget. So it's between the Yankees or the Giants. Although if I could be owner of the Knicks, that means Dolan wouldn't be the owner of the fucking Knicks.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And if
It is tough.
I think I would pick who makes the most money. It's got to be the football owners, right? But owning the Yankees, they're worth them more than any team in.
Yeah, I mean, I think football owners make more money, but the Yankees are valued higher. So you could sell them for a larger profit. They're the most valued franchise.
It's also, it wouldn't even be about money. But I feel like the Devils are. It would be obviously one of my teams. Whatever mood I happen to be in that day. But I feel like the Yankees is probably the best answer.
Well, I think what if you could? I'm going to kind of change this because obviously Randy asked why. Which of those teams, if you own them, do you think you'd be able to make a championship contender?
Well, the Yankees already are. Giants are sort of, at least, I wouldn't say they're there yet or anywhere close, but they're at least trending upward.
We'll talk about that more soon. I feel like you would lean Devils because of that.
I don't know. I'd probably could be able to do more with baseball because there's no salary cap, and like if I'm rich, I'd spend money. If I'm rich enough to own that
Steve
team,
Cohen.
It depends though, because like I don't blame the Yankees because it's not like they have a fucking $14 billion just sitting around. They make all their money from the Yankees, but I feel like if I had money and I owned the Yankees, it'd be well, we have to go over that. Fuck yourself. I want to win a fucking World Series. I'd be like George, so I'd probably take the Yankees. So it'd just be so fucking cool to own the goddamn Yankees. And then I would change the facial hair policy.
That would be the first thing you'd have to do because it's still.
First thing I would do is get rid of pinstripes and bring in purple and green jerseys. Then you get rid of the facial hair policy, making no hair allowed. So everyone has to be bald. And then they have to play in bikinis.
I'm intrigued.
That's what I would do.
I'm intrigued by this.
And if every time you lose, you get foot bucked by an animal of my choosing. And Aaron Judge would have been vaccinated
long ago.
So I feel like it would be the Yankees. So why would you pick Real Madrid?
See, now for me, it'd actually be the Atlanta Hawks.
The Atlanta Hawks. You love
just so I could hire John Sterling again and have him be the announcer for the Atlanta Hawks.
What about the Braves? You could buy them and let him do that.
No, I think I would actually choose the Cowboys just to fuck Jerry Jones. Not to literally fuck him, but
no, you probably would, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, kind of. Looks like Skeletor. But I think it would be the Cowboys because I think that would just be awesome.
Yeah, but you'd probably be in the same position. Everyone would fucking hate you. They'd have to zoom in on your stupid face during games for no reason whatsoever. Well, he's a Cowboys owner. Let's show him again for the 9th time. Hey, why don't you go fuck yourself? It's unbelievable that he sucks, though, so I honestly hope he never dies. Like,
normally the fact that he's only like 77, he looks like he's 96.
Yeah, he really does. He's fucking ugly.
Actually, now I need to just check this because he's got to be older than 77 at this point, right?
I don't think he's in his 80s yet.
Oh, he's 79. He's 79.
Ugh. All right. So there's also a bonus question, which is not related whatsoever. What is your
His son's only 57, so even when he dies, I'm stuck with this asshole for like 30 more years.
What is your favorite vehicle?
Ooh.
I'm not a car guy, so I really don't. Like, I like my Subaru.
I love my Subaru. I used to drive a Jeep, but the car that I've always loved, always wanted,
the DeLorean,
had Hummer H2.
Why would you want a Hummer?
Know why.
Because you're a small man with a small penis and you want to overcompensate. That is exactly why you want the Hummer.
Always wanted a Hummer H2. Always.
You just want to give off the big dick energy you never had.
Totally.
Actually, doesn't a Hummer do the opposite? Doesn't it give off small dick energy?
It gives off douchebag energy, but I always wanted a Hummer H2.
When I saw Triple H at my old neighbor's house, he pulled up in a Hummer. Like,
did he really?
Black. I think it was the first edition Hummer. They were like the really bad Hummers.
My favorite car, though, was I had a cherry red Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was beautiful. Loved that thing.
I hate that color.
And then it had like 10,000 miles on it. I totaled it when I was 17.
Little bitch.
I hit a telephone pole head on doing like 60.
The fuck were you doing? Reading a book while driving again?
No, I was actually maybe 150 yards from my parents' house, like 150 yards from my driveway. I never told you this story.
I don't think so. Were you drunk?
No. I was just speeding.
Just a bad driver?
A car pulled out in front of me, so I had to slam on my brakes. and lost control, head on into a telephone pole because it was coming around a corner. I actually moved.
Did
the
you
telephone
survive?
pole. Surprisingly, I didn't die. I moved the telephone pole about 4 inches. I hit it so hard. My car hit it and was actually facing the other way because I've hit it and bounced off. I snapped the steering wheel in half with my chest.
You don't have to do anything to total a car. I remember Hector hit the back of a UPS truck or back of somebody, like tapped in the front. The engine was fucked. Your whole car's screwed. So I can't imagine your car would survive hitting a fucking telephone pole.
Folded up like an accordion.
Were you wearing a seatbelt?
I was wearing a seatbelt. I actually got powder burns from the airbag deploying.
The airbag seems like it hurts.
I dislocated my thumb from the steering wheel snapping in half. I literally had the imprint of the steering wheel for like 6 weeks on my chest.
Sweet. They should have got that tattooed.
This was before I had a cell phone. So I'm 150
Wait, you didn't have a cell phone at 17?
I didn't get a cell phone until I was 18.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I got one at like junior year of high school, the end of junior year. So 16, 17?
A passerby stopped, to see like, you're all right. I'm like, I live right there. This was like when cell phones were like, he didn't have cell phone service because we lived in the middle of effing nowhere too. So he couldn't get cell phone service to like call the police or anything. So he took me to your house. So we could call 911. So we could call 911.
You shouldn't have moved.
Yeah, well, yeah. By the time we got back there, the police were there and they wanted to arrest me for fleeing the scene of an accident.
Really?
Yeah.
Cops are morons. Like, read the situation, but yeah.
Only reason why
you shouldn't have moved for injuries. I mean, not for fucking that.
I ended up having to go to the hospital too. But the only reason why they ended up not arresting me for fleeing the scene of an accident is because my grandfather had been a police officer in that town for like 30 years, and the person that was there, my mom knew and was like, dude, really? He literally went home to call 911.
Why that fucking cops are so stupid. Like some cops are just fucking more like, why? Read the room, dude.
And honestly, like,
you didn't hit somebody drunk and then ran away.
And the paramedics, when they got there, were like, when they got the call, they were expecting to scrape off like a dead body because you're hitting the telephone pole doing 60 plus head on. You're probably not going to live from it.
Is that what you said when you called? Hey, I hit a telephone pole doing 60.
I didn't say I was doing 60. I was like, I was in an accident.
Oh God, slow the fuck down, man. And you've only got to be fucking. You didn't even like learn from that. You'd be like, yeah, sometimes I'll read while driving.
Like, I don't do that as much anymore. I've actually
you always text while driving. I'm like, how do you do this?
The pandemic, because I don't drive as much, has really mellowed me out. I don't even road rage as much anymore.
Well, you don't go anywhere.
But when I do, I barely ever road rage now.
It should be the opposite, I would think.
I'm very calm. I'm very zen.
Stupid fucking drivers. Yeah, but didn't you drive fucking you had like 40 beers and then drove home? Well, that one time?
I don't think so.
Just look up the Danbury, like there was like 9 children dead, and it was the fucking Knobloch Jeter O'Neill license plate car that you had. They said the only thing they got was KOJ was the license plate. I'm pretty sure that was you.
I love how you remembered that my license plate was Knobloch Jeter O'Neill.
Yeah, it was 2007. I remember we go to Stop and Shop together.
Good times.
Right down the road. All right, that was it from Randy. So thanks, Randy. I don't know how he comes up with this stuff. You think, all right, what's your favorite? What sports teams would you buy? Plus, what's your favorite vehicle?
I think he's got a lot of time on tending the farm.
I've always wanted a DeLorean. Just like that's just fucking cool. Not even from the movie as much, just because it just looks. I like the doors that go up like that. It's fucking cool. But I would if I was rich, I'd still be driving a Subaru. I'd just buy a newer one. I don't need a fucking Mustang or a fucking like McLaren. I don't need any of that shit.
You would want an Aston Martin or anything like that?
No. I'd buy somebody a car if they wanted one, but like that's just not appealing to me. Or
I love my Subaru.
I'd buy fucking like experiences, go tickets and stuff. Speaking of tickets, Alex and I are going to WrestleMania Backlash.
Where is it?
I tried to say Providence and Rhode Island at the same time, and it almost came out as right. It's in the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence.
Oh,
which is a lot closer than I realized. It's like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
We know a guy who knows a guy that can get like floor seats for a cheaper price. So we'll be somewhere on the floor. I don't know where, but
it's a pretty good card too.
It's actually not bad. I'm kind of like it's rematches, but like Seth and Cody is awesome, and then like you get to see. I'm hoping they do like a stipulation in one of the matches. Like, don't just give me like Edge and AJ again in like the same match. But then I actually kind of excited about the 6-man tag. I like that better than unifying the tag titles and then just having like Nakamura and Roman. Although, how does Nakamura get fucked out of that?
Well, apparently they've had him off TV since Roman, quote unquote, injured him. They're holding that match in their back pocket for down the road
for him to just lose.
Of course,
I'm honestly getting like sick of. I don't even really watch SmackDown anymore because it's insane how it's flipped to where like SmackDown is just not watchable anymore. Like I
haven't watched SmackDown in 3 weeks. I think
it's the same. Roman is he's boring. It's fucking boring. It's the same shit. It's Paul Heyman is like, he's such a great he says the same bullshit every week with Brock. Says the same bullshit every week here. It's the same stuff. He needs to lose.
I mean, I will say last night on Raw when he came out, and it took him 11 minutes to come out like it normally does. When RK Bro jumped the Usos, that popped me because I was not expecting it.
I just don't really pay attention to any wrestling anymore. Like it's too much. Like now that the Yankees are on, I'll try to like put one on the computer, one on the TV. But like I'll usually pay attention to the Yankees, which is kind of nice since they don't suck. Like last year, I wasn't paying attention at all.
And that's the good thing. And granted, we've won 10 games in a row. We have the best record in baseball. That's obviously we're not going to have 130 wins or anything like that. We're competitive. The games aren't painful to watch like they also were last year.
They're playing shitty teams, but they're actually winning, which is nice. Last year they weren't.
Also true.
So we're already an hour in, which is kind of nice. So we'll do a little bit of a. I guess we'll go like, where did the Cowboys pick in the first round? 24th. We don't need to talk about like the fucking like literally staring at the Texans logo, can't get their name out. So we'll just go sort of like the top 10 and then teams we care about. So it feels like the number 1 overall pick was like a huge dud. Seemed like it was universally like, why? Where did he come from?
There wasn't really a consensus like this guy should be number 1.
But everyone is like, Trayvon Walker seemed to have just come out of nowhere. And like, it seemed like Aiden Hutchinson was just a better player. And like, only the Jags would have taken Walker. So I don't think that got a good grade for most people, did it?
No, not really.
And then Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan goes to the Lions, which they seem to have gotten an A. And then the 2 cornerbacks, which was kind of surprising. What the fuck is it?
Derek Stingley
and then fucking Sauce Gardner, who I think the Jets and the Ravens probably had the best draft. But are the Jets? Do you think the Jets are like? They can't even like think about finishing in second place. They're still so bad.
I mean, the Patriots. The Patriots are going to suck next year, first of all.
Do you think so? Well, they also had a really bad draft.
They had a bad draft. Their team's not that good. The Jets have vastly improved.
Because Phil said that the Patriots are definitely finishing ahead of he said the Jets are finishing last. Like,
see,
sure.
I honestly, if
they had
the Bills are winning that division easily. The Bills are easily winning the division.
They should.
They're going to be like 13-4. The Dolphins have not improved themselves an insane amount other than getting Tyreek Hill.
It's pretty good, though.
But they have Tua throwing.
I mean, Waddle had 100 catches and 1,000 yards. Imagine what I guess they could be
Jets,
really good.
I think will be competitive. I think they'll be around 500.
I wonder if Zach Wilson, if he's any good, they could be really good. But
that's the thing. It all hinges on if Wilson's actually a legitimate quarterback or not.
Who's the receiver they got? Garrett Wilson. So what is he? Their number 1?
I would say probably he's the number 1.
So like their receiving core doesn't really do much for me. I don't even know who their running back is. Michael Carter.
Well, Michael Carter. Now they drafted
some other guy,
Breece Hall, they're probably gonna be 1A, 1B. They also have Tevin Coleman.
I don't know if they've improved enough, but I mean they couldn't have done any better in that draft. And then going in, the Giants. I don't know a lot about these guys. I just look at like the first round talent sort of scout and knowing what they need. I said that they needed to get an offensive lineman and then they needed to get an edge rusher. The only difference is they did it in the opposite order. So they took Thibodeau, and then Carolina took Iquanu, and then the Giants took Evan Neal.
I mean, the way that the first few picks kind of shaped up with the Texans taking Stingley, which the Texans were the wild card. Them taking Stingley was...
I thought Gardner was supposed to be the top cornerback. So
He is. He was.
So
Stingley hasn't been good in 3 years.
I don't know why they decided to take him.
To
But
me,
I wonder.
it felt very much gambling odds because the gambling odds quickly shifted before the draft that Stingley was going to the Texans.
Because they have to have inside information. But why would you not like what? Why wouldn't you just take Gardner? I don't get it.
Yeah,
Seemed
it
like
makes.
he was the better choice.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is the Texans were looking at where each played. Like Sauce Gardner went to Cincinnati, played in the American.
That's true.
Stingley went to the SEC. He hasn't been good in 3 years.
So
I think 2019 was the last time he was good.
Is Ekwonu not able to play right tackle?
No, he is.
So because somebody said that
it was Charles Cross that they.
Somebody said he couldn't, or he couldn't, and that's why the Giants wouldn't have taken him. Because I tweeted out like, oh, I guess they never really. I guess Ekwonu wasn't really. They weren't really interested in him if they took Thibodeau first. And then somebody was like, yeah, because they already have Thomas, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Ekwonu could play on the right. So I guess that they either valued Neal ahead of Ekwonu, or they didn't think that Thibodeau would be there if he was available for the Panthers.
I think they probably saw Ekwonu and Neal as like, we're going to get a great guy either way. We're happy with either of them. We want Thibodeau. We don't want to risk somebody jumping up to trade with the Panthers to get him.
I wonder what the Panthers would have done. Let's say the Giants took. Well, if they took Ekwonu, were the Panthers always going to go offensive line?
I think that
seemed like one of their biggest needs.
I feel like if the Giants let's say they took Ekwonu at 5, I could see other teams then trying to potentially trade up with the Panthers to get a Thibodeau, potentially.
But let's see. After the Giants took Thibodeau, it was offensive tackle, receiver, offensive tackle, receiver, and nobody on the defense until Jordan Davis. So I don't fucking know at this point. Although Greenberg said at one point that Thibodeau and Neal were in the conversation to be the first pick. I don't remember that. I remember Thibodeau being like very high, but I don't remember hearing that about Neal.
There were some mocks that had Neal as not only the first tackle off the board, but being the first pick. There were a lot of mocks that even had Neal going to the Lions, to the Texans. He's a solid player.
I don't know what the fuck happens between the last few months where it's just like, yeah, Aiden Hutchinson would be 5th, then he drops to like 100. You're like, what the fuck happened?
I mean, it's the thing that's bullshit is it's all because of like the pro days and things like that. But that's one day in time. They could have, had a cramp or didn't have their Wheaties in the morning or had their HGH.
I think the fucking Giants knocked those 2 picks out of the park. That's what they needed the most. They needed a defensive end to fucking pass rush, and they needed somebody to put up opposite of Andrew Thomas.
The first 4 picks couldn't have worked out better to setting up the board for the Giants to kind of decide where they want to go.
The 2 cornerbacks. I wonder what the Giants would have done. Let's say the Jets took a receiver.
And Sauce Gardner was there. I think you're taking Gardner.
I'm more of a pass rush first and then a fucking worry about the corner. Like, I think we need a pass rush and offensive line more than a fucking corner.
Well, I think it kind of goes both ways. Your corners need to be solid, but you can mask having not as good corners if you have a pass rush and the quarterback's running for the right.
That's what I think is more important. If you can get to the quarterback and they have no time, they're not going to find a receiver. Yep. But if you have no pass rush and they have 100 years, it doesn't matter how good your corners are. Somebody's going to get open eventually.
And that's why you can kind of get by with a mediocre quarterback or mediocre receivers if you can protect the quarterback and give him time to throw the ball.
So I think they fucking nailed Thibodeau. And I think the best moment of that draft was that kid. I forget his name, Steven maybe. Something, him celebrating with Thibodeau freaking the fuck out. Like,
well, Thibodeau was excited. Thibodeau doing that was awesome.
And then he got in on his draft picture, so I thought that was awesome. And then Ekwonu goes, Neal goes, so the Giants fucking took that out of the park. And
my favorite part of the first few picks of the first round when Sauce Gardner went the wrong fucking way.
I forgot about that.
Why was that ramp so fucking long?
It's like, have you ever seen Spinal Tap?
Yeah.
It's like they're fucking around. Hello, Cleveland. And they see the fucking janitor again. They're like, what the fuck? That's what it felt like.
It was that whole like setup was just ridiculous.
So who is the best receiver in this draft supposed to be? Because I have no fucking idea. Was it supposed to be Wilson? Did the Jets get the number 1 receiver? Because the Falcons took Drake London.
I thought the best receiver was going to be Olave from Ohio State.
So the Saints got him at 11, but then fucking I think you said this to us. The Seahawks decided to upgrade the offensive line without a quarterback now, not to protect Russell Wilson. So they didn't take a quarterback, and we didn't get a quarterback until where the fuck is he?
20.
Kenny Pickett at 20 for Pittsburgh with
And I was surprised.
the smallest fucking hands imaginable. And
I
then they
was
had like a
surprised.
10-minute thing with what's his face? Who's the moron who almost the Giants GM? The fucking Louis Riddick. Talking about how his thumb when it's on the ball it like extends. And I'm like, so his hands aren't actually as small as if you put them on the table. So I'm like, okay, move on. So his small hands aren't going to be as big of a deal, I guess. But I wonder if it had anything to do with because he went to Pitt and he's a Pittsburgh guy. I don't.
And they share the same training facility, which is kind of cool. I never realized that.
And Did you know that? No. And then the Packers, of course, decided not to take a receiver
with either of their 2 first-round picks.
Both times they got defensive players, inside linebacker and a defensive tackle. And then your fucking boy, Tyler Smith, sounds super white, except he's the complete opposite. He's a large black man. An offensive tackle. I don't know anything about him. I hope he has a terrible career, but is he good?
They described him as a mauler. He basically just bullies the people in front of him. He's got a lot of raw talent because he's so big. So having the Cowboys who have historically been able to build offensive lines, he's in the right place. He's probably going to be a day one starter. He's going to have a lot of penalties. So he's in the perfect spot because Dallas always gets a lot of penalties. I think 2-3 years down the line, he's going to be terrific. It's going to be some growing pains, but the dude is, I think I want to say he's like 6'6", like 350.
He's just 6'5", 324. Although I don't trust those because they had the Giants receiver from whatever his fucking name is from Kentucky was listed at 5'11", and he's actually like 5'8".
Yeah, having him listed at 324, he's 350. He's a big boy.
Before I get to the Patriots, remember we would like talk about George Karlaftis for like years for some reason.
Yep.
Like I just remember that name from the group chat for some reason. So he went
because he was supposed to be a top pick too.
Yeah, he went 30, and then the fucking ginormous reach for Cole Strange at 29. What is Bill Belichick doing?
He's trying to think. Remember the freaking. I had that rant in our group chat. Like he's trying to be that guy who thinks he's smarter than everybody. Half of the Patriots picks were fucking reaches. This guy he could have had in the 3rd round.
Just wait, dude. And then let's see, 2nd round. So the Packers finally took a fucking receiver, Christian Watson. Jets got Breece Hall, you said. And then where are we? We took his name's Wandale, WAN''DALE Robinson, the receiver from Kentucky. 5'8", 178.
Which I think there were better receivers they could have drafted.
He seems like a good fit though, because John Michie III went right after that from Alabama. He's 5'11", but he's got speed. So I think it's gonna be like Tony, where you're like, what? But if he can stay fucking healthy, then what's it called? We could have gotten Sky Moore.
The fact that the Chiefs drafted Sky Moore, they obviously got a ton of picks because they traded Tyreek Hill, and their offense is going to look different because they don't have Hill. They've added so many different weapons that they wouldn't be able to have if they still had Tyreek Hill.
So I can see Sky Moore now getting drafted way too high in fantasy.
Completely, especially with DeAndre Hopkins getting suspended 6 games.
Somebody's going to take him way too fucking early, and it's going to piss me off because I'll have him queued up. It'll be like Bill Belichick reach. I'll have him queued up for 2 rounds later, and somebody will fucking take him. And then you've been raving about Sam Williams for years, the 6'4", 261-pound fucking outside linebacker from Ole Miss.
I love the fact that he's both an outside linebacker and a defensive end.
None of that was true, by the way. I don't know if we even knew who he was last
year. I
had
no idea, but learning about him, the fact that he can play both linebacker and defensive end, they can use him like they used Micah Parsons last year. So I think he's a good Randy Gregory replacement. Not going to give you the production, but he probably won't get suspended as much.
He's a good run defender, it says. And then I don't think there were any other big-time picks. When did
I think
what's his face? The fucking quarterback. When did he ended up going?
86.
3rd round?
Mid-3rd round.
Oh, yeah. The Falcons took Desmond Ridder first ahead of Willis, which I don't know. No. I don't know
no
why.
Mock drafts had Desmond Ridder going ahead of Malik Willis, but also nobody had Malik Willis going that late.
I wonder why he fell so much. And then I think the Titans traded up to get him.
Yeah, the Titans traded up with the Raiders, I
Las
believe.
Vegas, yeah. So that's like he couldn't have asked for a better spot. He sits behind. I forget who said it, but Tannehill gets much easier to cut next year because it's much cheaper.
Yeah.
So he sits this year, and then Tannehill's gone. And then that fucking D-bag AJ Brown couldn't just resign there. Although he doesn't scare me that much. Like he's good, but like the Eagles didn't get Tyreek Hill. They still have Jalen Hurts.
The Eagles definitely upgraded their team, especially with even the guys they drafted too.
Well, they had a good draft, but I mean, AJ Brown's not like fucking. They didn't trade for Justin Jefferson.
He's not healthy. He's nealthy healthy.
He's not that healthy. I mean, he's good, but like, if you look at his stats, is he really like that good? Like he's a top. Was he worth the money?
No,
it doesn't seem like he was that overpaid, but it just seems like a lot.
But what are you going to do in 2 years when Devontae Smith wants to get paid? You're going to have two receivers that are making $25 million a year?
Is he really that good? Or is he just like the only receiver they had that did anything?
I guess we'll find out.
I can't really tell. Like he wasn't bad last year at all, but I don't know if he's actually like any good.
But
AJ Brown,
Dallas Goedert too, who's going to want the ball and get paid.
He's white, isn't he? He won't complain. I don't know why. I don't know why I said that. That sounded really racist.
A little bit.
I feel like he's just like a stupid white guy. He's just happy to be there. Like he has no business on the field being anywhere near fucking good. Didn't they draft a tight end? Or was that somebody? Because the Cardinals drafted a tight end, I think.
Yeah, and the Cardinals traded for Hollywood Brown.
I wonder. So who is Lamar Jackson's top target? Fucking Devin Duvernay?
God, who is the Ravens' number one receiver now?
Like, that's fucking bad.
The Ravens receivers currently are...
They got a first-round pick, right?
They have Rashad Bateman.
Oof, yikes. They need a receiver. Did they draft a receiver? They had to have, right?
I don't think so. They drafted Kyle Hamilton. They drafted David Ojobu.
Great name.
They drafted Isaiah Likely, a tight end. They did not draft any wide receivers.
Are you disappointed Spencer Rattler is still in school?
I told you he went to the DeVry of the SEC in South Carolina.
Fucking guy. Let's see. What else? I think that's really sort of it. Let's see who Mr. Irrelevant was.
I think it was a quarterback.
Brock Purdy, Iowa State quarterback, went to the Niners. Why even waste a pick on a quarterback?
You could just sign.
I don't understand that pick at all. You just took a quarterback.
Oh, speaking of picks that we don't understand, why did the Patriots draft a quarterback in the fourth round?
That too. And then who was their I didn't mention their second round receiver. Was it the receiver that they reached for in the second?
Yeah, Tyquan Thornton.
And like, okay, you needed a guy with, what is he, tall and fast? Like, okay, but wasn't that like 2 rounds too early?
Yeah, he's 6'3", 182. They took him 4 picks ahead of Sky Moore. 3 picks ahead of Alec Pierce. 2 picks ahead of George Pickens. They could have had better receivers than what they drafted.
Yeah, they took Tyquan Thornton and then you've traded up for Sky Moore. I wonder if they saw that and were like, although the fucking George Pickens and then Alex Pierce also went after him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How people drop doesn't make sense to me, or like how people don't go drafted that were like 4th round, 5th round grades.
Pull up the chat and see the composition of all of the grades. You still have that? Because I'm pretty sure the Patriots are the only ones to get an F. I'm trying to find fucking Kuiper's like ranks. Round 2, pros and cons from every pick. Where the fuck are you? So I want to find his grades because I'm pretty sure the Giants were like in that compilation they were like 6th, mostly getting B's and A's.
There were it was funny how some had higher grades for people and lower grades for others. Like some people gave the Cowboys like an A, others gave them like a D. Like how do you have such differing?
I guess you're not looking at like potential. They're just looking at what they are right now. I don't know.
So Kuiper gave the Giants a B.
I feel like they got more. I guess they did reach for. I already
They
forget.
nailed
Fucking
the
Wandale.
first 2 picks.
Yeah. I feel like the receiver, that's not. I don't think he's that much worse than the other receivers where it's like a terrible pick, but it's not. They know something that we don't know. They like something that we don't know about. I don't know.
But also, like Mel
Seemed like their other
Kiper
picks were good too.
gave every single team at least a B- except for 2.
Wow.
The Patriots and the Cowboys.
Wow.
Every single team got a B- according to Kiper, at least.
What's the reasoning for the Cowboys? Because that's good to hear.
Well, they passed on a Jermaine Johnson. They took a tackle that they probably could have traded back to get.
That's true.
Which I thought they would have traded back.
I guess sometimes you just can't find a partner.
Well, the way that the Titans were trying to trade up with the Cowboys, and then the Titans were like, no, we're good. Because then they traded out of the first round to the Jets. So, once the Jets came calling, the Titans were like, well, fuck our ideas. We're out.
Well, overall, it was like a pretty good draft. Didn't seem like there was like the really, really big names, especially there were no fucking quarterbacks. But I think the Giants did well. The Eagles did well. Cowboys did pretty good. Patriots sucked.
So there were the compilation that I sent to the chat. There was 18 different people who had done grades. These were the grades that each of them gave the Patriots, who by and far had the worst draft. C+, B-, D, C+, D-, C-, D+, D+, C+, D+, C, B-, C+, C, F, D+, D, D-.
Wow.
They did awful.
That's
awful.
bad.
So then it gives you a final GPA, and it gave them a 1.61 GPA.
That's not good.
No, it's basically like a D.
Yeah, you wish you had the D.
I wish I had a big D. I have a little nub D.
All right, so I have one fucking thing from Ishmael who commented this on YouTube, so we'll do this fucking quick. Johnny Depp trial. I'm pretty sure we're all in agreement that Amber Heard's a fucking cunt.
Yeah, she's a.
I don't have any, but do you have any personal ghost experiences?
I'm pretty sure that the house that we lived in was haunted when we lived in Danbury.
That's true with the fucking weird noises and the fucking things being moved, but I don't have any really experiences. And then, do you have any favorite TikTok pages?
Oh,
the only ones that I really know that I see all the time are the Reddit ones where they just read off random stuff from Reddit.
I like the Reddit ones. I follow a couple of the Reddit ones just because. Then, depending on the time of day, if it's those really creepy ones, I'm like, I can't listen to this right now.
You pussy. But mostly it's just I like going through the For You page, seeing what random shit I can find. And then, what's your top 4 chips?
Ooh.
You know what I really like is I think we talked about this, the sweet spicy chili from Doritos. I love the Cooler Ranch Doritos, and I really love the baked Lays, the cheddar sour cream and then the sour cream and onion. Which is weird because I hate ranch, I hate sour cream, and I hate onions. But I love all those chips. It's very fucking strange. I never realized what Cooler Ranch meant when I was a kid. I thought it was just a cool name. I didn't realize it fucking was ranch. I had no idea what I was eating. I was just like, this is good. It's a cool name. Cool Ranch. Yeah, I'm like a fucking ranch. It's cool. I didn't understand what ranch was.
That's hilarious. Fritos. I love Fritos.
My friend eats Fritos and peanut butter. I wonder if you ever tried that. He'll dip the Frito scoops in peanut butter.
Then I could see how that being good. Just like I started telling you I was dipping tortilla chips in Nutella.
Have you ever had the barbecue Frito, the little curly ones?
No.
Those are pretty good. I actually like those.
I'd say tortilla chips are up there too.
You would have the fucking plain tortilla chips on your list of favorite chips. Fucking plain white guy. What's your favorite kind of bread? White bread?
No, my favorite kind of bread is actually wheat.
Yeah, that's more fitting because it's fucking boring and gross.
I'm big into multigrain Cheerios too.
Those aren't actually that bad. I mean, Cheerios in general are not exciting, but they're good. Honey Nut are the best.
I think Fritos and tortilla chips definitely up there. Anything that's barbecue flavored, any type of barbecue flavored chip.
Like Lay's barbecue.
Lay's barbecue. I mean,
Does
Kate
Ruffle
gets these
have a
like
barbecue?
she gets these Cape Cod brand like kettle
Cape
chips
Cod is
that are good.
The kettle corn chips are good. I've always had Cape Cod. Those are good.
And what about like I know it's not really a chip, but I guess it could be in the chip family, like the popcorn, like the cheddar popcorn that you can get.
That would be popcorn.
But it's like a chip.
Well, it's like a chip, but it is not a chip.
It's like a chip.
I like kettle corn popcorn. I don't really like it's fine, but I wouldn't like chow down on a whole bag. But popcorn is good. How about the cinnamon toast popcorn? Would you pick that?
I would not pick that. It's still behind me. I'm probably going to eat that entire bag at some point today.
Well, if you bought it, you got to eat it. But
I opened it. It's going to go stale if I don't eat it.
you got to close it. Did you close the bag?
Not so.
Wow, that's terrible. It's awful. All right, so that was Ishmael. See, at least he commented stuff on our YouTube videos because I keep asking, and only Randy and Ishmael seem to fucking answer.
Mikey did that one time.
Oh, he just said something about jelly beans. I mean, just give us something you want to. It could be like fucking anything personal, or like, what's your favorite fucking airplane? I don't fucking know anything. But don't ask me what my favorite airplane is, because people like to do that. It's like, oh, you said favorite airplane. That makes no sense. What's your favorite airplane? It's like, mine's the Boeing 747. What about you?
Dick.
Fucking stealth bombers.
Would.
That was that's basically the end. I thought we might have had too much time, but we don't even have time to play like another game. We have a ton of recurring topics that we like never get to anymore.
That's true.
So I guess we'll continue to do the unusual death. So this is still a staple 25 episodes in. I'm just going to pick one at random. Ready?
Do it.
Okay, 2016. Did we do somebody named V Kamaraj? I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
All right, it's just V Kamaraj. In 2016, V Kamaraj, 40, an Indian bus driver, was claimed by local Indian newspapers to have been killed by a meteorite, which left
bullshit already.
Which left a 2-foot crater. Although officials from NASA opposed that view, saying that the most likely explanation was a land-based explosion.
Oh, so he got he got bombed.
According to a preliminary report by the National College Instrumentation Facility, NCIF.
The fuck is that?
NCIF for short. In some city, I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. Turchy, Trichy, Trichy. An SEM, which is a scanning electronic microscope, study of the evidence of the samples retrieved from the campus where the blast occurred, showed the presence of pieces of meteorite. I'm not going to fucking pronounce that shit. Yep, that.
Did you have a stroke?
It showed a presence of pieces that you would see in like
from a meteorite.
Meteorites. So who the fuck's lying here then? Did he get
somebody?
Hit? Somebody's fucking lying, and they don't even give his first name, which is V.
Maybe that is his first name.
It's just the letter V, not VEE though.
Oh,
V Kamaraj. He's an Indian bus driver,
and who got killed either by a meteorite or a bomb.
I love how they had to specify that he's an Indian bus driver. Like his name or like claimed in an Indian newspapers wouldn't have led me to believe.
V Kamaraj from the Bronx, New York.
Yeah, V Kamaraj from fucking upstate New York.
Italian immigrant family.
So that's your unusual death for this fucking week. 2016. Didn't even have a date. Just that year at some point.
Well, I'll try to hopefully narrow down the day that he died.
Yeah, at least get us that. So on this day, I haven't changed the ticker once, so I'm not going to do it at this point.
Got to keep it up with it at this point.
Just leave it.
So we have some birthdays on this day. Surprisingly, the birthdays of people who I've actually heard of, they're all dead too, but they didn't die on this day. Let's see. Bing Crosby was born on this day in 1903. He passed away in 1977. I'm pretty sure we actually talked about this person as an on this day for dying a few weeks ago. But Sugar Ray Robinson was born on this day in 1921 and passed away in 1989. And James Brown was born on this day in 1933, and he died in 2006. He's been dead for 16 years already.
That's insane.
So we do have some deaths as well, obviously, that happened because we're all about the deaths.
It's the best part.
See, on this day in 1988, Paul Vario, who was an American gangster belonging to the Lucchese crime family, passed away of cancer at the age of 74. He was a character based on him, portrayed by Paul Sorvino in the movie Goodfellas. Paul Sorvino played Paul Cicero, which was based on Paul Vario, who passed away. On this day in 2006, Tiger Woods' father, Earl Woods, passed away of prostate cancer at the age of 74.
Damn it, Earl.
Fucking Earl. And on this day in 2011, Jackie Cooper, who was an actor, passed away at the age of 88.
The fuck is Jackie Cooper?
Was the first child actor to receive an Oscar nomination in 1931 for the movie Skippy. He was at the age of 9.
About the peanut butter?
I wish. I think it was about like a dog or some shit. But he also, as an adult, so he was a child actor that obviously continued acting into adulthood. He portrayed Perry White, the editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet newspaper, in all of the Christopher Reeve Superman films.
Interesting.
So he had a long career. He died in 2011 at the age of 88.
Anything else happen?
We have a few things that actually happened on this day. In 1936,
Wow,
Joe DiMaggio made his major league debut and got 3 hits.
What year?
1936.
Damn, Joe. He's not a quitter like Joe Gatto.
Definitely not a quitter or Bernie Mac.
Oh.
So now this one I did not know about, and I'm wondering if you did.
I did.
1993,
Yep.
WWF champion Hulk Hogan defeated IWGP heavyweight champion the Great Muta at New Japan Pro Wrestling's Dontaku in Japan, although neither title was at stake.
I know that he went over, like that's one of the reasons why they put the title on him, I believe Bruce said, because they did like the European tour and all the tours outside of America so that they could get more money. And I'm pretty sure I think he cut a promo saying like how that title was way better than the WWF title.
I was going to say, so he, in a pre-match interview,
shits on the fucking title that made his whole career.
Hogan said that the WWF championship was just a toy, and the IWGP heavyweight title was the only one he really wanted, which apparently got him in a lot of shit with WWF
officials.
officials.
Stupid fucking thing to say. You could just be like, I love this title, but I want to win this title. Like, why do you got to shit? This is just a toy, you fucking moron.
I had no idea that he said that. I had no idea that he wrestled the Great Muta either.
I know he wrestled it, like he actually had some skill, like when he wrestled in Japan. Like I don't know if by that time, but like early in his career, he could actually like do some moves. But he didn't have to do anything in America. Fucking punch, kick, struggle in the corner, drop kick, or not drop kick, leg drop, boom.
Hulk up.
Yeah. Fucking Hulk up.
Shake the bald head.
Yeah, the fucking sweat would go everywhere. It's awesome. So good.
On this day in 2005, Fall Out Boy's breakthrough album From Under the Cork Tree was released. They've only been around for 17 years. I feel like they've been around for a lot longer than that.
It's that's a band that you like can't understand half the words.
But they're catchy.
Oh, they have some good songs. And that I think that album has a lot of, what is it, Under the Cork Tree?
Under the Cork Tree, yep.
I think it's that album that has like, they don't just have normal names for a song. It's like full on sentences. Yeah, look at this. A Little Less 16 Candles, A Little More Touch Me is one of their best songs. I've Got a Dark Alley and a Bad Idea that says you should shut your mouth is the name of the song. Our lawyer made us change the name of the song so we wouldn't get sued. Like, haha, that's funny. Get busy living or get busy dying. Parentheses, do your part to save the scene and stop going to shows. What?
Way too wordy, guys. Way too wordy.
How about just like, and then their last song is just called XO. I love A Little Less 16 Candles, A Little More Touch Me. And then there's Sugar We're Going Down, which like you can't understand. It always sounded like he's talking about nuts in a bedpost. And I'm like, oh, it's notch in a bedpost. Gotcha. Because I can't understand what he's fucking talking about.
But you're just a line in a song.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking, yeah, that's straight out of fucking WestCon. 2005. Damn.
Throwback.
Whew, I feel old now.
We are old.
I think that's the end.
That's it.
So that's episode 25 in the books. Again, suggestions, comments, concerns, any fucking thing. Just some engagement.
Something.
Tweet, Instagram us. Just fucking respond. If you're listening or watching to this right now, leave a goddamn comment somewhere, please, for the love of God.
Blink twice if you're in distress and
I
you're
just
being
want-
waterboarded by having to listen to us.
I just want fucking engagement. That's what fucking I don't understand. Like, we'll get those views, and then there'll be like one comment. Just say anything. Tell us we suck at this. Anything. Let me know you're out there.
Let me know you hate my stupid fucking face. What's the
Yeah.
fuck counter at today?
Anything. I don't know, Bobby. I think Bobby still listens to this. He hasn't talked to me about it in a while, other than that last text where we say fuck a lot. I think the counter was probably around 30 today. I would say probably that. It wasn't overly loaded, but like talking about it, we said fuck a lot. So that doesn't count as much.
It
But
should.
if it just came natural, it's probably 25-ish.
Yeah, the natural
But,
fucks.
If you do listen, if you did make it this far, thank you. And we'll see you for episode 26 next week.
We're out of fucks. Bye.